The cool thing about a learning curve is once you learn it, it's a one-time deal, and that's it. I'm Thomas DeLauer with SixPackAbs.com, and I am giving you some knowledge today when it comes down to building the neural pathways between your brain and your muscles, that mind-muscle connection or that muscle memory that we always hear about. Now, I'm also the creator of the science-based six-pack intermittent fasting program, which you can see down below in the description. So if you want to learn about intermittent fasting, check that out. But in the interim, let's get to some science and let's get to some interesting neurology stuff. So you know what's going on in your brain whenever you learn a new trick or you learn something new, you learn a new movement? Well, your brain is actually creating new neural pathways to make that movement easier. So if you've heard of a learning curve before, a learning curve is the struggle and the actual forcing of your body to adapt to a new movement. That's why it takes a while to actually get good at something, because your body just doesn't have the streamline effect to do it right out the gate. It's like learning to ride a bike. Perfect example. It takes you a while to get your balance. It takes you a while to figure stuff out. But then once you know how to do it, you can hop right on and go. And you could go without riding a bike for years and years and even decades and still hop on a bike and know how to do it. So a lot of times people say that this is muscle memory and that our muscles literally know how to remember what to do. That's not the case. We don't have that kind of ability within our muscles. You see, it's all in the brain. And the reason that I'm telling you this is because muscle memory is a very important thing when we understand how it works. Because if we understand how the brain is working, it allows us to get better at certain things. It allows us to get better at movements. It allows us to get better at certain lifts. It allows us to get better at cardio. But it also allows us to get better at making good decisions with our diet too. Because it's not in the muscle, it's in the brain. So let me give you an example. If you're working on a complex movement, let's say something like a power clean, for instance, okay, a movement that is an Olympic movement that football players do that requires a little bit of skill. Well, the first couple of times that you do it, you're not going to be good at it, right? It takes practice. Practice makes perfect. But when we dumb it down to that, it makes sense, right? We're talking about practice makes perfect. But if we start looking at it with science, then that's where people get confused, because they start trying to wonder, well, do the muscles know what to do, or is it the mind, or is it a combination of both? It's flat out in your head, because the neural pathways, and science is proving this, are in your brain that tell you what to do. And the cool thing about those is they don't go away. You don't use it or lose it. You actually develop those neural pathways that allow you to be good at that movement forever. Now, you may get a little bit rusty because you don't have the neural connectivity, so it may take you 1 or 2 times to pick it up again, but the whole purpose of this video is to show you that you can get very, very motivated to get these new movements under your belt, or you can get very motivated to get into the gym and learn new things, because it's gonna stick. And this is new science that's proving it's going to stick. You're going to learn how to do something and you're gonna be good at it for a lifetime, even if you step away from it. So the point of this is invest the time into your health right now. Invest the energy, because as you start developing new habits, they're not going to go away. They may go dormant while you do something else, but once you go right back to those habits, you're going to be good at them again. And the same thing goes for harnessing and applying discipline. So if you start getting more disciplined with your diet and you do it over and over and over again, so your brain is developing the neural pathways, those neural pathways are going to stay there. You might lose focus on them for a little bit and go somewhere else, but the second that you want to get focused on your diet again, you will know how to do it. That is what is so amazing. So again, we go back to the bicycle analogy. You work your butt off to learn how to ride a bike when you're a kid. You get all these scrapes and you get all these bruises and it's just horrible. But then you know how to do it and it's there forever. The same thing is applying day in and day out with your health. So this is nothing more than a motivational piece to tell you to get up and get doing it. Learn something new, step outside of your comfort zone a little bit, because you're going to learn something that's going to stick with you forever. So as always, keep it locked in here on SixPackAbs.com, and I will see you in the next video.